All right, man. It's the Mr. Peter Parker Show. What is your name, sir?
Tito Jackson Pace.
We in here right now. Episode number 8. This afternoon, we're going to talk to Hackensack, New Jersey native, tri-state area native Crimeapple will be on the program. We're also going to talk about, I don't know, what's going on in our personal lives and that new little Nike from Lil Nas X. Are you in? Is that a Concepts exclusive? What are we doing?
We're touching on it, but will not ever rock a pair of those fucking things ever.
Nah. We're talking about future guests also this week. Who's going to be on the program? Let's get into it right now. I think Crimeapple is about to touch down. Let's go. Yep. Okay, I told you he was going to be in here this afternoon. One time, Crimeapple, ladies and gentlemen. We're clapping in the studio. Tito, let's go. Some sort of a smoothie too, Crime, on your health wave. How you feeling?
Yeah, we're getting right, man. Summertime.
Big time, bro. Big time, man. Welcome to the program this afternoon. We're excited to have you on. I'm a fan. I know Tito's a fan.
Definitely, 100%.
You know, when I talk about your stuff to people, and I know you got this new album out right now, it's "You Don't Fuck With Crime?" in the acronym, like just the letters. It was like yeah. Very dope. Your artwork. How old were you in the picture with the lean and the hat?
I had to be like 5, 6, something like that. I think 7, maybe.
Bro, it starts early for some of us, and I see you. You know what I mean? Like, you put a lot of thought into what you do, and I want to touch on the merch today. I want to talk about your albums. I mean, front to back. Now, I'm gonna butcher some of these titles, but I want to try. Metralta, the first one.
Yeah, Metralta.
Bro. Yep. I'm a masterpiece, man, front to back. How much do you put into these projects? Like, is it months? Is it how much time? Because when I hear you and I watch what you're doing, I feel like there's a lot of thought that goes into what you do.
Yeah, it varies. Metralleta, and a lot of the stuff that came out that year was kind of just an amalgamation of songs and rhymes that I had written from like 2010, you know what I'm saying? I kind of tricked 2017 and hit him with like 7-year-old songs.
You came out though quick. You had like boom, 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 perfect 1, perfect 2. Like you came fast that year once you felt it. Was it dope to have that first little rush and that feeling of like getting into the game and have people checking for you?
Yeah, for sure. Cause there's always that little voice in your head that's, holding all of us back, good validation. Like, yeah, I'm not crazy. I knew this. So.
Yeah, man. I was reading an article about you. You grew up in Hackensack, New Jersey. Was it daunting trying to make it to the city and trying to get on, coming from even not too far out, but, not Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Jersey guy?
There's stigma, like it's, from the Sac, it's like maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Right.
But yeah, Jersey, definitely comes with like a stigma, even still, I think. But yeah, back in the day, I had to earn my chops, you know what I'm saying? And
right.
Go battle, whoever in Brooklyn, Queens, you know what I'm saying? Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always fronting on you, and it doesn't help that I'm a little melanin deficient.
Right, lightly. You know what I mean? We can relate. We understand. You know what I mean? Tito's from Worcester, Massachusetts, and I grew up a lot of my life in Southern New Hampshire, and trying to make it in Boston in the early 2000s in the hip hop scene. You had to come and show up. You had to be thorough. You know what I mean? It wasn't like you didn't get a pass right away. You had to earn that.
Yeah, there was no cell phones. There was no social media. You know what I mean?
Right. Definitely. Right, man.
So if you were doing it, you had to do it for the purest. You had to have the intentions,
There's two different types, I think. There's like an old school mentality where it's like, I'm going to be great at this. I'm going to show you I'm going to be great at this. I'm going to compete with you. And then there's another newer thing that's like, look what I'm doing. Look at the likes, look at the energy, look at the wave. But are you really getting out there and competing on a ground level? Like when we started, that was the only thing you could do is get out there and get busy. And I think it created a lot of thoroughbreds that are still flourishing today. You know what I mean? Like, big time, man. Yo, talk to me about the influence of this Griselda wave on people like you and what's happening in the industry right now. I see like a lot of opportunity in this kind of like boom bap, like new wave, classic sounding shit that I feel like you're really doing well with. Do you feel like those guys open up doors for people like you?
Oh, 100%. Every time they win, so many people win. Shout to the whole Griselda. Yeah,
Good dudes.
like them, and even, before them, like the, Rock Marcy, Action, Willie the Kid, and so like it's like, and then Griselda came and took that sound to even newer levels. So yeah, like, everyone who hit before me, there's no question. You know what I'm saying? When they win, we all win. You know what I
Those
mean?
guys inspiring you when you watching that, like, oh yeah, this is it right here. I was listening to Griselda, like calling everybody I know, like we got one.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, like for example, something like Metralleta. You know what I'm saying? I wrote most of that in 2011.
Okay, I understand.
So when those kind of things were hitting, though, when I'm hearing something like a Reloaded, and then the Griselda, the wave, the first wave, is so inspiring. It was validating. You know what I'm saying? Like,
most definitely.
Not bugging. We're not bugging. This is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like we felt the same way almost 20 years ago when Eminem first came out, because all of us being like hip hop kids, and all of a sudden there was this raucous wave, and then Eminem broke out, and it just inspired everyone to like, oh, if you look like this, or you make music like this, you like this shit, it's gonna work. You can do this. You know what I mean? And like, I'm very excited to see where this is going, because I don't think it's going anywhere, man. Talk about this new album dropped on Friday. This shit crazy, man. You've been very consistent. Talk about what this album is to you, man.
It's titled "You Don't Fuck with Crime." Based on there being something. It's a lamentable truth that when you're doing something right, one of the main signals is that people don't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have negative. So it was just one of those things, kind of just having fun with that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like embracing that notion.
Yeah.
And being, you're just making me go harder. You know what I'm saying? You make
what was the first single you dropped off of that? Was it Yuka?
Like Butter was the first, and then
yeah.
I saw the visuals. I peeped the visuals for Yuka, and that's the only feature on there was on Primo Profit. Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah. East Boston's own.
There we go.
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny because I watched the video and I seen Primo and I said, I know dude. Me and dude get cut at the same barbershop. I'm like, yo, I didn't even know he was a rapper, and I was like, so dope. This is real dope. And I was watching the whole thing, and when I looked, where'd you shoot that video at? Well, obviously wasn't around here.
No, we shot that in Medellin, Barrio Antioquia, where most rappers, most rappers talk about they're not allowed in there. So,
right.
They call that Bajo Mundo. You know what I'm saying? That's the low world. But yeah, Medellin.
Yo,
when did you shoot? Was it during COVID or was it pre-COVID? When was that?
Shot that in what, February?
Oh, okay. February. Shot it. Yeah. You had Muggs down there in Medellin, right?
I did. Yep.
Dude, that's crazy. And working with a guy like that, coming from Cypress Hill and what he's done, I remember he was working with the Jizza and all the stuff that he's done as of recently too, the Rome Streets project I heard. What's it like working with Muggs? He seems like a really interesting character, man.
Oh yeah, it's like, the aura precedes him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a vibe with him.
Yeah. Oh, humongous vibe. When we met, it was kind of like, I didn't even know I was going to meet him. I was in LA and I was at Alchemist's crib and I had a show that night and I had a ticket to come back home the next day early. And Earn Dog from Soul Assassins Radio was seeing if I could pull up and do some drops and host a show that week.
Cool.
So, naturally, like I changed my ticket and shit around. But I'm figuring I'm just doing that. Like, I figure I'm going into like a radio studio and whatever.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, there was, Muggs' spot and I met Muggs and, chopped it up. Next thing you know, a couple hours later, we got like 8 songs. You know what I'm saying?
His
And then we just
sound is so sinister. Like it's like he's really been able to capture that Wu-Tang vibe, that really dark
yeah.
Alchemist sound, Derringer sound. Like, man, something special with him though. He's different.
Yeah. He got so many different pockets that he can get into too. You know, it's not, you know,
Yeah.
mention it's like he's a wizard, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he really is. I was a huge Cypress Hill fan, and see his evolution has been dope. Let's talk. You know, you're Colombian. You got this like all Spanish vibe, the Manteca. Let's talk about this merch that I see on your page. The hats, the sweatshirts, the shirts. Everything is impeccable. What inspires you with when it comes to this product? Because I feel like as an independent artist, if you're not selling something that people want to wear, almost outside of the music, it almost has to exist. It has to be so dope you would wear it even if the music wasn't attached to it. And I feel like you've accomplished that in the merch. What inspires you when you're making this stuff?
I mean, I've always had an interest, you know, in fashion and design. You know, I almost went to school for it, but you know, growing up in the house, my mom was a teacher, and you know, all my siblings were, you know, college graduates and professionals. Not too much activity.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always had a passion for it. And, you know, I think a lot of people don't know, but Manteca actually existed before Crimeapple did. You know, I was selling clothes out here in the street.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it
Well,
feels like. It feels like a clothing line almost. It does.
yeah, exactly. And but I don't treat it like that. I figured, you know, because it's a little pretentious, you know what I'm saying, to do it like, I don't know. I just didn't want
feel it.
another struggling streetwear line. So once the Apple thing picked up, it was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna keep rocking with this, but I'm gonna let it play the role of my merchandise.
Oh yeah,
but
it's great.
Somewhat separate. So I'll never really put like my name on something or my face or my likeness on something. You know what I mean?
Very
So that,
smart.
you know what I'm saying? If you don't really rock with the music, but you like the clothes, go ahead.
Dude, you could like, you put a lot of people, you bring a lot of people in. It's just not the Crimeapple gear. It's like an extension. It's really, really smart how you've done it. And the way you flip the logos, the Houston Rockets shit is bonkers. The other one with all the names, the logos on it is, family, that's when I was like, get him on the fucking show, Tito. I was like, we need to talk to him. This is real. He's serious.
Let's go.
Yeah. We've been doing this for a long time, man. We've seen a lot of turnover. And when you see someone that's like sincere about it on every level, you know they're going to last. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I see it.
I appreciate that.
Who are you listening to outside of yourself? Are you one of those rappers that drives around listening to your own shit, or do you listen to other rappers?
You know, I listen to my shit when I listen to my shit, I would say really seldomly. You know what I'm saying? Really seldomly.
It's
usually
different, yeah.
Very seldom. Usually when something's like, you know, I'm trying to make sure it's done. And maybe a little after I've decided it's done, just to double check. In terms of other rappers, you know, sometimes I let the algorithm go off on my title music, and you know, I catch new shit. And there's, you know, a plethora of new cats that's doing it that, you know, I got a lot of respect for. But I do tend to, you know, not let myself listen to too much, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I want to be influenced by anything. So I'm really listening to like a lot of jazz, you know what I'm saying? New wave, classic rock. You know, I was just bumping Steely Dan on the way here. So
yeah. That's it. That's how you stay musically aware, but not like, because you're gonna pick up shit. There's like, these kids are good. You know what I mean? There's a lot of good artists out there. You don't want to do that now. But I have a lot of rapper friends that just listen to themselves, and that is wildly annoying.
Yeah, salute to them though. That's courageous.
no, it's another level of narcissism. You get in the car and they put their shit in and start rapping to you, and you're like, no, let's listen to Raekwon. I got you, bro. No worries. You know what I mean?
Nah, was just spazzing on me in LA for bumping Dionne Warwick too much.
Woo! Come on, man. Yo, I found out yesterday, I was watching this thing on TV that Kevin Garnett from the Wolves and the Celtics was a huge Kenny G fan. And he'd listened to Kenny G to calm down. And they had him on the show, and they brought Kenny on, and he started playing for KG. And I was like, this is the content I'm here for. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's it. What have you been doing during the quarantine? Have you been like, I mean, we're not touring like we used to. Like, what have you been doing personally?
It was a good time really to be creative, you know what I'm saying? Be real creative. I bought an air fryer. You know, I got on
Okay.
Out to the air fryers. Bang, bang.
Shout out to
Because I'm
the
sure it's good,
fryer.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Spending time in the house, as was recommended. But I also studio like every day during quarantine. It was a real creative time, sipping a little mushroom tea, you know what I'm saying? Opening,
okay.
just trying to bog down by everything that was going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just no faith.
How's the mushroom tea? Talk to me about the mushroom tea. I've never had that before.
Oh man, it's fantastic. I'm not one to really like partake in, I don't really abuse drugs like that. It's never been my thing. I'm real light with the weed myself. I smoke some ass, but I put a couple puffs.
Hit a couple times, yeah.
Yeah, I like to be mindful of my surroundings and shit. But the mushroom tea I like because it's real easy to just microdose and kind of just mellow out. I don't really be seeing shit or nothing like that. Right. I just be, you know what I mean?
You have the light effects of it, because I have taken mushrooms before and the shit look like it's coming right at you.
Yeah, exactly. Like to, I think it makes me just more approachable. Gives me a better outlook on shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You feel like you're an introvert by nature or an extrovert?
Probably a bit of both. You know what I'm saying? Just depends on the climate. I'm an extrovert. I think for shit that suits me though. You know what I mean? Like type to just be outside for no reason.
Wilding. Yeah. But yeah, I get it. Did you play sports as a kid? Were you athletic? Were you like active?
I was. I used to play baseball and basketball. That was my shit. Baseball and basketball.
I see your baseball love though in the back too with the Florida Marlins joint and shit. Yeah, you fuck with baseball, have you? I see that.
Ray Sheffield, fucking Edgar Renteria.
Come on, man.
I grew up in a Mets household.
Right.
With dad who was a black sheep Yankee fan in the household.
Oh God.
Yeah, baseball and basketball always been my shit. Always.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Have you been watching any of the NCAA tournament?
You know what? It's fun. I never been big on NCAA though.
I used to love it, and it's different now. I have to say this, man. The kids all have the same haircut, and there's no personality like it was in the 90s and 2000s. I miss the baggy shorts and some of like the attitude. I'm sorry. I liked hip hop, and college basketball used to be like, you know what I mean? It's like it's a little different now.
I used to be into like the jerseys, whether it was college shit, NBA shit. I guess my thing with sports is that as I got a little older, it became hard for me to like follow an entire season like that because it's like shit I'm trying to do.
No, like you're artist. I get it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm into different things. I'm trying to like, be productive and, live life and see the world and shit.
Watching sports is a sitting down type of a deal.
I can't, shout out to anyone who does like fantasy league shit. I couldn't fathom it. But
there's no time, B. No time.
Yeah. So
are you a Nets or Knicks fan?
I'm a Nets fan. Just, I'm a Nets fan, even though they left Jersey, you know what I'm saying? But, more, especially now that they got KD,
they look good. They're stacked right now. They have like everybody that played for every other team on their team now. Right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a ride.
They better get one, at least one. You know what I mean? At least one. But nah, man, congratulations to you. You Don't Fuck with Crime out now. Across the board, your music is impeccable. Do you want to shout out any producers you've worked with? Because I mean, some of these guys are really unsung, and the soundtrack to what you're doing out here has been awesome, bro.
Oh, I appreciate. Yeah, I mean, I got to shout out Buck Dudley, because he's been holding me down since, before the beginning.
Yeah.
I got to shout out my dog Brown 13. That's my DJ, but he's been really stepping it up with the production involved. Of course, dudes like, Muggs. That's family, and he gave me an incredible opportunity to do my, and just putting my name out there. Same thing with Big Ghost, guys like got love for them always, for looking me out. I gotta say Sadhu Gold too, that's one of the homies from Philly. He's incredible, anyone who's not hip, you better get hip. But yeah, like I got a tremendous amount of love for the people who contribute the production to my shit, because I'm not really big on getting features. You know what I'm saying?
I see that. I see.
So I feel like when I can bring producers into the mix, that's kind of like what, excites the fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you've done it well though, and I feel like the producers are really unsung because, man, they provide a palette for you to get busy on. I would say too, if a younger producer wants to reach out to you, and I hear this a lot of times with guys, and they try to like hit people on Twitter, it looks goofy. How would you tell a young producer, hey, this is how you reach out, this is how you send me beats?
I mean, this is the thing, right? Because I get so many emails and messages every day. And mind you, I'm always working on so many things.
Yeah.
Whether it's another album with Muggs, or I'm, cooking up some shit with Harry Fraud, or cooking up some new shit with Skiz. I've got this other project that I'm executive producing myself, and I'm using beats in-house from the homies. That being said, it's kind of one of those things, like, I never knock no one for taking a shot in the dark and sending a cold email. But quite frankly, it's like, yo, like, get popping and put in the work, and it'll happen organically, where, I'll just have to fuck with your shit because it's undeniable. But other than that, when you're shooting that cold email, you got to know, like, this is business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do this music in part, because I love it, but in part because I'm paying the bills, and, we're doing business, and, we're trying to expand and things like that. We got to take care of our family and shit.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's not to discourage people from sending me beats, but it's like, 99.9% of the time, if I never heard of your shit, and you know what I mean? Like, I would only hope that you would have the foresight to understand the business aspect of it, because I'm not an asshole or pretentious or, full of myself, where it's like, oh, well, you want a versus 5 bands. It's not that serious. Like, we could figure something out. So I would recommend that, have the business in mind, and, have your grammar right on the email. And when people do good business with me, then the door is always open for me to actually take a little more time to listen to what else they got. And now I'm paying you for the beats. You know what I mean? But a lot of yo, please listen to my shit. I know you'll like it. It's like, dog, I'm busy, man. You know what I mean?
Right. You're right. And the cold call is tough because you just don't know who's on the other end of that. And when you build your rep up and you connect with people and like-minded people come together, it's easy. But like, right, I don't know this dude from nobody, right?
Learned a valuable lesson that I had to, because if you don't invest in yourself, no one's going to invest in yourself. So that's what us trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be afraid to invest in yourself.
Is that your advice for other independent rappers, is put the bag up on you?
Everybody that's independent doing anything, whether you're making fucking independent punk rock, or you're making carpets, or you're making, like, you got to invest in yourself, because you have so many resources right now at your fingertips. You know what I'm saying? You got to be paid, invest in yourself, and you got to know your value.
100%, 100%, man. Big shout out to you. Good luck to you in the future. We love what you do. We want hats, hoodies, all of it.
No doubt. Nah, it's a bet.
I need to rep your shit, B, for real. And I have a record I want to send you. I'm working on a project right now, and I have a record that you would sound fantastic on. You tell me if you like it or not, and I'll send an email with proper grammar and everything. I promise.
Let's go.
Nah. You're the man, though. You're the man. Thank you for checking in today. We're gonna get back to you, man. We have to. This is the new routine. You're gonna be on the show now. This is what it is.
My guy.
Salute, my man.
Peace, brothers.
I'll talk to you in a minute. It's a good dude right there, man. Shout out to Crimeapple, hanging out this afternoon on the Mr. Peter Parker Show, Mr. Peter Parker Podcast. Tito's here, and I don't know. You want to talk about some other shit? We hanging out?
Yep, we can get into it if you want. What's up?
I'm here, man. I'm feeling good, man. Big shout out to our previous guests we had on last couple of weeks. Fredo Bang, that interview's doing great. He was a really cool kid. We're going to talk to some more young artists coming up. I'm setting some other stuff up coming out with these drill artists from Brooklyn. And I really want to touch on all aspects of the game. People like Crimeapple and this. I want to touch over, see if I can get the Griselda guys involved. Definitely shout out to Capadonna. That interview's been doing really, really well. But you know, we got Drewski coming up from Hot 97 New York. We're gonna talk to him about what he's got going on. He has an album. You'll see how heavily he's participating in the White Boy Summer. You know, he's shot to Chet Hanks out here going. Let's get one thing clear. It's a justice for George Floyd, equality for everybody. Fuck Trump summer, whatever it is. It's not the White Boy Summer. I thought that shit was funny. What was even funnier is watching people jump out the window in the comment section.
Oh, crazy, man. It was nuts, man. People are going nuts about it. But I mean, I don't think it was malicious in any way. And
It was
I don't think
funny. I was laughing. I was screaming.
yeah, I mean, it was funny. I mean, you gave a shout out to John B. Let's not get too like crazy.
Listen to me.
You know what I mean? Like,
and his confidence, dog, the sincerity of this guy and what he's been through with the patois. And we think it's funny too because big shout to your cousin, Jack Frost, who speaks fluent patois, like he's a Jamaican. I think his baby mother is Jamaican. His child's mother is Jamaican.
She's West Indian.
West Indian, sure. Haitian, West Indian, right? And so he speaks full patois, and so I know people like Chet Hanks.
And you know what? He can do it in the clubs.
He's a serious guy.
Unbelievable reggae DJ.
Right.
You know, been known to shut shit down.
Bro, shout to Junior Rodigan, shout to Bobby Condors, all the light-skinned reggae DJs. And Jack is one of them. But when I see Chet Hanks, I started laughing just because, there's this thing that I'm going to touch on when we get Drewski on the show. There's this thing called white boy syndrome that we're going to talk to Drewski about. It's a teaser. Me and Leeds been laughing about this for 25 years, but it's something you know what it is.
Listen, we're the epitome of it because we went to Curry and we were the only two white boys that were like that. So I mean, it was like the back and forth between us at the beginning was like crazy, and then now it's like
Best
my
buddy.
brothers.
Right. But at the beginning though, it was like a stare. It was stare down. It was like, who's this guy?
He's another white kid with fitted hats. Luck out. He's got Timberland boots on.
Wait a minute. He's listening. He has turntables in the dorm room. I'm the only one. No.
I thought, yeah.
We're going to talk to Drewski about this. This is happening. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but this is real, man. It's the Mr. Peter
Parker
Parker
stuff
show.
Going.
Special guest on the program. My wife steps in while we're recording. Wow.
What up, Em?
She's gone already. She said,
already. Peace.
She stepped in and stepped out. It's fine, though.
Right.
We're recording in the house. It's fine.
Her presence was felt.
Unbelievable. Shout out to Crimeapple, though. Definitely a cool dude. Very smart. And, if you want to see somebody doing it right, an independent rapper doing it right, check out his Instagram page. Check out what he's doing. Listen to his music. The music's great, but the image and the way he puts it together is fire, bro. Absolutely fire. Big shout to everyone listening on Apple Podcasts. That stepped it up. Apple Podcasts is now higher than Spotify on our list, Tito. So we're moving. It's happening like this, but we're up right now on Apple Podcasts.
That's good to hear, man.
Yep.
I'm glad people are checking in with us. It's been great so far. I've really enjoyed doing all these interviews. Some legends. I mean, Capadonna was great. We've definitely got some more guys that are kind of be coming up on the show. Yeah.
I don't want to spill the beans, but I definitely reached out to Danny Boy from House of Pain. He was recently in that Kid 90 documentary that Punky Brewster put out that I haven't yet to watch yet, but I'm going to watch. You've seen it, and we need to talk to him about what his life was like back then, dating Punky Brewster. Unbelievable, dude. She was fine, and so very cool. And Danny's a cool dude, man. Very cool guy.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to show you something I got from eBay that came in the mail, right? So remember we were talking to Bodega Bams about Juice? 30 years, right? 30 years since Juice came out. But I found this on eBay, and I thought this was really cool, and I got this poster.
Oh, that is fire.
This is the Rough House presents Mix Master Massacre, Saturday, April 1st. So we're talking that's coming up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right around the corner.
So this is in the movie when you go to the DJ battle. This is plastered on the wall, and Q walks over like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do this." So it's the advertisement for the battle from Juice, which is gonna be framed in the studio.
Dope. That is.
I have another thing I want to show you. Hold on, too. This is another thing. I still get stuff from the radio station from Go 95.3 sent to my house record labels haven't taken me off the mailing list yet, which is great. You know what I mean?
They shouldn't.
No, they won't. They won't. So they got the Bieber promo. He got a new jam called Peaches, right?
Yeah.
He got with
That's the one where he talks about he's getting his weed from California.
Yep, and with Daniel Caesar and Giveon, they holding it down, right? But he sent these jammers. Look at this.
Oh, little cushy bites with CBD peach
It's a
gummies.
CBD.
Nice.
We're gonna test these out live on the podcast right now. So Justin Bieber sent me these little cushy CBD peach rings. They're THC free, gluten free.
Exotic snacks.
Exotic snacks. Let's see how this goes. Hold on a second.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna eat the whole pack at the same time, huh?
You're gonna be asleep in about a half hour.
Dude, they're good.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold the show down, Tito. Hold on.
I was gonna kick out. So this lady one time came up to me, and she says, "Hey, I got those CBD gummies. We're getting turned up." And I looked at her and I said, "The only thing you'll be turning is your bed sheets down because you're going to be asleep. They do nothing to. They won't get you high. It's all a placebo. It's all in their minds. They're literally just for like, keep you calm and
tough
get
to
you
chew,
down."
bro. I'm getting tired.
How's the taste of them? How's the taste?
Too much peach.
Too much peach.
Too much peach, bro. Peach overdose. Oh,
is it like is it artificial peach taste or is it like Jesus?
Hold on.
Love.
This is the first. This is the first time. Man,
who told you to put the whole bag down your gullet?
It was something inside my head said, "Put them all in your mouth."
Shove them in there.
I figure because marijuana is still legal in Minnesota, but New York State.
Shouts to New York State.
They've legalized recreational in New York, but Twin Cities. Whoa. Don't calm anybody down out here.
No, they did. God forbid you order a pizza and drink a chocolate milk.
High strung city, man. City's high strung right now, man.
You don't want
no, everyone needs to be stoned out here.
They need it. What are you sipping on? What's the tea?
My tea of the day is the Honest Organic Black Forest Berry Herbal Tea.
Delicious.
It's not that sweet. It's not sweet enough.
I'm on on this polar seltzer.
Yeah. That's it. Those are tasty. Those almost have flavor.
This is ruby red grapefruit. This is good.
That's good though. It's got a little spike to it.
And it's Worcester.
Company. Right. We mixed that with Tito's. The bubble, and then a little bit of juice and the Tito's.
Just a splash of cranberry or some.
I've drank more alcohol during the pandemic than I did in the 4 years I was in college.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've smoked more weed in a year than
no, neither. Both of them I've done smoked a lot of weed and drank a ton of booze, and I feel fine. I feel great. But we've been a lot of hanging out in the house. I don't think I've left the premises, a couple weeks.
I walked down to T-Mobile today and I got my SIM card switched out.
Yep.
Which was nice to get out in the weather. But I haven't really been doing much, man. It's been inside and
super
kind of depressing, but it's all right.
It's all good.
I buy new hats a lot. See this?
I saw that beautiful thing you got on your dome right there with the flowers and shit. Oh, that shit's fire.
It's got all types of stuff.
Show us. Tito's now going to show us the hat. It's a Boston Red Sox New Era fitted with patches.
The American League logo on that side, a little heart, money sign, one love there, and then it's got a 100-year patch on the back.
Oh my God! Where did you get that?
Where did I get it?
Yeah, where'd you get that?
I got it at this place called Exclusive Fitteds. They are online, but they're in New York. They're in Jamaica, Queens, New York.
That's a hat, bro.
Nice little spot. You got to be on it though. They released them at like 9:00 at night on a Thursday. I was like, happened to catch it and I set the alarm and bought them. But it was. I feel
like I can feel the CBD rings, the peach rings. I feel it in my. Maybe it's the sugar rush, is what it is. Is what I feel.
Yeah.
Like peeked up. I was like, hey, you started talking about hats. I was like, I think I can feel these rings.
It shouldn't peak you up like that.
I feel like I have though. It's fine.
That's definitely the sugar.
What's going on in here, man? But welcome back to the Mr. Peter Parker podcast. Tito's in here. We got some great guests coming up this week. Ransom. We're going to talk to Ransom this week.
Yo, you know what I need to talk to him about?
Go ahead.
Because I saw his tweet. This Lil Nas X fiasco.
There's a little bit of truth. I saw someone that said, now Lil Nas X put out this video with Satan and all type of crazy visuals, and then he put out this Nike with blood in the heel and a pentagram on it. It's definitely a little bit raw. I'm down for anybody to express themselves however they want. But the point that I saw where I can see why people were mad was a lot of kids love the Old Town Road record and they follow him on social media or whatever. They follow him on his channel on YouTube. And then without any warning, he came out with this new edgy stuff, which is no different than anything Marilyn Manson ever did. And it's like, whatever, I get where he's at.
And I saw it was Joyner Lucas spoke on that. I think
that's what I'm saying. That's what I saw. Yeah. And the kids, that's what Joyner said.
And I saw his response and he said, well, you know, Old Town Road was about adultery and sipping lean, which to me, like, okay, it was, but you decided to go to the Kids' Choice Awards and perform that song. You decided to do all, like, I mean, you knew all the kids were singing it. You went to a school, I believe. When
it was very obvious who the fans were. It was very obvious who the fans were.
It's right. And like, you can say, well, you should got to be a better parent, blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't let your kids listen to this stuff. Sure. But I mean, I think it's pretty safe to let my kids watch Nickelodeon, and that's where you'll perform. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, and then you made the conscious effort to go out and put the song out. And to me, like, whatever like lifestyle you choose is your life, and I have no knock on it. It's not, but like, there definitely should have been like, hey,
a warning, like, hey man, guess what? We're about to throw a curveball. It's coming at you 99 miles an hour. Get ready.
And you know what? Like, he can say, you know, a lot of it is for shock value. A lot of it's like, well, you think I'm the devil anyway because of the type of person I am, in
sexual orientation, whatever. Right? Yeah.
Exactly. You know, like, and you can, and that's like going at that, and I have no issue with that, but like, I don't, the Satanism stuff and all that stuff.
Listen to me. There's certain piece of art that shouldn't be out in a mainstream space, right? Even let's go back for a second, right? When Lil Dicky had that record a couple of years ago, the Freaky Friday record, right? I thought it was an incredibly creative video. I thought the concept was brilliant. It kind of reminded me of something that The Lonely Island would have done on Saturday Night Live. And I think when you talk about comedy that was getting played at 11:30 on a Saturday night and stuff that was made for the internet, yes, I totally agree. But then when you get on a level where you're talking about broadcasting into people's cars with kids on a major broadcasting level, that to me, now that changes things, because there's things about that song that were kind of inappropriate to play on the radio. I felt that we had to go back in on Go 95.3 and cut certain parts out of that song. Not that he was saying something super offensive, but the way he was empowering specifically white people to sing along with the N-word, I didn't feel comfortable broadcasting that into people's cars. Now,
and I think the same thing about the Cardi B Megan Stallion song. I thought the same thing. It's not this.
It's porn, man. Listen, man. Two Live Crew was not on the radio, man.
Right.
Two Live Crew was not on Jammin' 94.5. Was not.
No, and their videos were played late at night. They weren't on, like, you know, even when, you know, like Yo MTV Raps was on, they weren't playing those videos.
Buddy,
you know what I mean? Like,
I can't even tell you how many conversations I've had with record companies where I said, listen, NWA, Wu-Tang Clan and them, they're all going to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They didn't need radio. They didn't need radio to do that. So with the way you broadcast stuff to people, I feel like there should be a little bit of a conscious, but a guy like Nas X, this is the way he want to go.
Right.
Ransom wants to put his hands on him, and we're going to talk to him about that coming up.
Oh, and he's got a problem with Nike too, and I saw that because he was not happy about Nike.
No.
And I get it, you know, but
yeah, but Nike saying they had no involvement in the Lil Nas X thing, that maybe somebody went out and got the shoe, or is it a bootleg of an Air Max 97? I don't know.
So it's a custom. He worked with a designer, and they did all custom. They did 666 shoes
Mhm.
that they were going to release, and it was the
Yeah.
custom. I mean, and this, I'm surprised Nike didn't hit him with a cease and desist.
Bro,
That's what
but this
I'm
type of shock and awe stuff we've seen forever, bro. When Kanye was putting the Confederate flags on his stuff, the merch on the Yeezus tour and things like that, we've seen this type of shocking behavior before. It was a curveball from Nas X, and Ransom is definitely one of the artists that's pissed off about it. And I just want to hear his perspective, because I do hear what Joyner is saying. You come out there and you put this out. A warning would have been nice, something. But hey, to each his own. And if that's how you feel and that's what you want to do, go ahead, man.
do you
Go ahead, man. Congratulations, man. I'm with
just
all
don't
the
involve
shit.
me.
No, and I don't want them 97s.
No. There's plenty of other 97s that are way
I don't
better.
even like custom sneakers, to be honest with you. I like the shit. Like my motto is like, if Mike didn't drop 50 in them, I don't even want them. Like the funny colors and stuff. I feel like Mike had to have put in work on the court with them. That's what makes them special to me. But you know,
Yeah, I agree. I'm an OG fan. Like I want
Big
OG
time.
stuff. OG colorways, OG stuff.
Right.
I'm not big into like all
No,
these.
I love the
colors.
early Andre Agassi's with the neon, with the blue sea foam tongue. That's the shit I'm into. That's what this is classic material over here on the Mr. Peter Parker podcast, joined by Tito Jackson. Shout out to anyone listening on Apple Podcast, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, whatever. Make sure you hit us with a DM so we can shout you out. It's nothing but love. Coming up though, Ransom's gonna be next. Tito, you good? You got anything you want to touch on? You want to talk some shit?
No, man, I'm good right now. I've got everything off my chest for now. I got some, definitely some stuff to say about that Lil Nas X.
We're gonna wait. We're gonna talk about the white.
I'll chop that up with him. And
We're gonna talk to Drewski with the white boy syndrome. I know he understands what's going on. We're gonna talk to Ransom about how he feels about Lil Nas X and his terrible pair of Nikes. And take it from there. I was running around moving furniture all morning. Domesticated lifestyle. You know how it goes.
It's all right, man. Things happen.
We'll be all right, man. Thanks for checking us out, man.
It was like a gym,
My back is compressed. You ever see like a slinky, but when you mush it down, it's bad, bro. But we got all type of new bureaus and shit. People giving us furniture. I was like, I'll take it. It's fine, man.
Fill that house up.
I'm trying, man. Shout out to Crimeapple. We out, man. Tito, appreciate you.